So the next part of notes are about a kite. So again, just walking you through a couple explanations about a kite and its properties. So the side properties, you've got already two in your picture here, but it basically says there are two sets of consecutive sides that are congruent. So, and 9 times out of 10 in a problem that involves a kite, it'll say like, in this problem, it would say like PIDA is a kite with PI congruent to ID, so that you know that those are the two congruent sides. Because like we've talked about many times before, we can't assume size. So even if I said that this is a kite and I didn't tell you what consecutive sides were equal, you would have to assume that these two are equal or these two are equal. So we'll do a problem like that on Tuesday where we don't necessarily know which sides are congruent, and we'll take a look at that. So stay tuned. But in most kite problems, it'll tell you which sets of congruent sides or consecutive sides are congruent. The other thing with diagonal properties, so diagonal properties again connects vertex to vertex, is that they're perpendicular, and one will bisect the other. So remember with bisecting, it cuts it into two equal parts. And then the perpendicular just means it forms a right angle. So all four of those little angles in there are all right angles. So it also forms four right triangles in there. And finally, the angle properties. So the angle properties of a kite are, so it kind of goes off of which diagonal bisected the other diagonal. So IA bisected PD. So IA is also going to bisect one set of opposite angles. So one diagonal bisects one set of opposite angles. So if the diagonal did the bisecting of the other diagonal, that same diagonal is going to bisect the angles across from each other. And then the last one, so the angles that don't get bisected are going to be congruent. Okay, so that means all of angle P is equal to all of angle D. Okay, now we're going to do one problem. I know you've got two problems. We're going to save the last one for Tuesday, and then we'll do just one example here. So here we go. It says given LOV is a kite where LE is congruent to LO. So here we go. Again, those are telling you what consecutive sides are equal, so you can assume the other two on the bottom are going to be the equal ones. And OE is 30, so this whole thing is going to be 30. LO is 17, and VS is 30. So a couple things. I'm going to take care of the angles. Actually, we'll cover those tomorrow. But I am going to kind of dissect this diagram here. So in a kite, again, what we know is that one diagonal is going to bisect the other one. So I got these two are going to be equal. And I got a right angle here. So you can see that ES and SO we just marked as equal. And that whole length is 30. So we can mark each side as 15. Okay, since LO is 17, I can also mark LE as 17. And now I'm going to draw your attention to triangle ELS. And that is a right triangle. And I have the hypotenuse at 17 and a leg that's 15, which makes the other side of the triangle 8, because it's a triple. Otherwise, you can do Pythagorean theorem. So we got that side. Now all we're looking for is EV and OV, and we can do Pythagorean theorem with that. So we've got 15 squared plus 30 squared equals c squared. This is 1125. When I break this down here, I know that's divisible by 25, 25 and 45. So this is going to be 15 square root 5 for those other two sides. Okay, so I know I didn't mark in the picture the angles because it just kind of gets messy in here. So, but basically you're just following the same properties that we talked about. So angle ELO is 124, and then angle LOV is 96. So if angle LOV is 96, same is angle LEV, so that's all 96. And then just a couple tricks with kites. This top triangle here, since these two sides were equal, that's an isosceles triangle, so that you also know that these two side angles in the corners are going to be equal. And then same thing in the bottom one, that's also an isosceles triangle. So just some things to be aware of as you're looking through these types of problems. What I would like you to try now is just some problems on your own. In Schoology, it's called 2.4. I think it's called parallelogram and kite practice. Okay, so give that a shot. Answers on the bottom so you can check your work as you go. Work with each other. You guys are always great about doing that. So get to work and we'll catch up tomorrow. Okay? Thanks, guys.